Alright, so here we are in our lesson. Just finishing up a couple of things. Back to the game. In this lesson, this is where all the students would meet. This is the inside of my TARDIS. There's the blue TARDIS. It is open up for further expansion. I have set up all along underneath this wall command blocks so that individuals can transport to other places, as you will see when I press this button. But it is in this room that I would be checking in and discussing information with the students before we went out to the mission. So all the students would be gathered here. And this is where I would remind them, of course, that although they are playing a game, that they are learning as well, and that the established academic and behavioral expectations are the same, whether they're inside this game or in the classroom. At that point, then, I would provide information about the story for today. Assuming that the class is in the same room with me, I'm just going to verbally narrate the story, and I will let them know that you don't remember much. You know there was a big storm, lightning flashed across the sky, and the wind howled, tearing at the sails of the ship. The ship. You were aboard a vessel, but now you are here. You seem to remember the crash, but it's all foggy in the mind now. As best you can tell, this place is uninhabited, except for a few animals. As you look around, you can see your fellow shipmates around you, all wearing the same explorer uniforms. It is now that you realize that you are an explorer on a mission that went horribly wrong. Your chances of rescue are slim, so you will have to work together to gather resources and build a new town so each of you can survive. The new world is yours. What will you build? And from this point forward, the students will be known as explorers. I will also remind the students that at the end of today's lesson, it will be expected that they write in their explorer's journal. And in this journal, the learner will answer the following 4 questions. First, the first 2 questions are metacognitive logs. Complete the following statement. While playing today's mission, I was frustrated by blank because blank. And then the second, complete the following statement. While playing today's mission, I was successful in accomplishing blank because blank. Our second 2 questions are part of our thematic log. And that is, why is it important to develop survival skills? Justify your answer. And last, what are 3 skills I must possess in order to survive in the wilderness? Again, justify your answers. At this point, students would be instructed that this is their first day on the island, and so their goal is to survive past today's class period. Students will then be directed to press this button by pressing the left click button, and it transports them to our gameplay area. Here they can see their ship already crashed and emptied and filling with water, vines all over the place. And it is here that students should take into account some of the lessons that they learned in the early presentation. For example, stop, sit, think about your situation, observe. They can look around and see that they are surrounded by high points, and plan. In this case, I'm going to start by moving away from the water. I certainly do not want a flood to end up destroying my home or shelter, and I want to find some animals. So as I walk around, I will locate animals. In this demo, I am in creative mode. The students would be in survival mode, so that these monsters that they see here, like this creeper, would come after them, and they would have to protect themselves. I would start the students in the daytime. Here looks like a great place to build a primitive shelter. rather than wasting time in gaining wood, I will just simply build my primitive shelter right out of the rocks. For game purposes, the students would need to mine and build and create their own technology. Again, I'm in creative mode, so I have all of that provided to me. And so I'm going to place a block preventing any monsters or bad guys from getting into my shelter. I then am going to continue to build out my shelter. This is a perfect place for me to spend the night. Now, let me change it to day. Again, the students would not have this ability, but being in creative mode, I do. But what I would need to do then is locate some trees. And I noticed that there are some trees over here. And I'm going to collect the wood from the trees. Once I have collected that wood, I can then go back to my shelter and let me just show you how this would look in creative mode. Let me put that there. And game mode, survival. So now you see that I've been changed to survival mode. Either you can see a health bar down at the bottom as well as a food bar. It also takes much more time to break blocks at this point. So I'm going to go back now, and hopefully that creeper's gone, because now I will get hurt. And gather some materials, some resources. And again, students would have already played around in Minecraft prior to this mission, so they would know the controls and how certain things would work. Now, hopefully that skeleton doesn't come after me, because that would be bad. Oop, he's trying to get me. Let's get back in my shelter. There we go. Let's put that block up. And now you can see that I am able to craft. So I can take my birch, and I can place it in here, and I can get some birch wood. Now I have 20 birch wood. I'm going to take this and place one in each to create a crafting table. Once I've created that crafting table, I can place it, and now I can create much larger items. For example, oops, let's not do that yet. I can create a stick, and with the stick, I can create an axe, a wooden axe. I can also create a sword for protection. And I can't create anything else at this point, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my axe. Oops, didn't mean to throw it. Take my axe in hand, and now you'll see that the items are mined much faster. What's going on here? So it appears that, it appears that my mouse died, so I got to use the old-fashioned way now. You can see that it goes much faster. This is coal. You see I got some experience points, and now I have some coal in which I can build or create a torch. So this is what the students would be expected to do. On their first mission, day of the mission, they would be expected to create a shelter, secure food, which can be done. Let's move over to the sword. A little bit more difficult without the mouse. Spiders are bad. Oh, here's some soiled meat. Let's see. I knew there were animals here. Oh, here comes the creeper. See, he hurt me. Those guys are not good. But I regain energy. Let's find... all my animals are gone. But anyway, I would use the animals then to secure food. Water's not so much of a necessity in this game, but that's that. Again, the mission for the first day would be for each member of the class to secure their own shelter, to secure their own supply of food, and probably to build or to craft a mining tool and a sword for protection.